Scorpio, your cards just literally cut so easily. And the funny thing was is that I was just sure that I was about to read for Leo again. That that is not the case, and your cards were just willingly ready to unfold. So let's see why you're being so open. Is it because your full moon's coming up? What do you have to reveal? Oh Lord. All right, here we go. Well, looks like you're still hiding something. The Hanged Man. This is Neptune. So this is talking about compassion, unconditional love, but also how you become vulnerable when you show that compassion and that unconditional love, right? Pisces is known as being the most unstable sign, and it's also the weakest. And I guess those two things are synonymous. But because of that, they are also very flexible, right? Agile. So it's dodging something. As to avoid it, or to avoid being hurt, or avoid being duped, had. I've been had, you know? You are like, okay, look, I need to spend some time with myself. I need to get spiritual. I need to reconnect to a higher source. I just need to connect with everything that isn't a part of this like 3D dimension right now. I just need a source that is going to be of light and love energy, that is going to nurture me, right? That I can be completely objective towards, and that will be loving towards me. You know, there's a passion here to be connected with the divine right now. It is a need, and it is going to help you gain some clarity. You are choosing to be in this place, you know? But it's also a learning experience for you. You know that there is some spiritual lessons right now that you are being fed. You know, it's spiritual nurturing and nourishment, right? It's quenching your spiritual thirst, okay? And I feel like, you know, you are walking in the footsteps of optimism. You know, you're getting there, right? There's also a sense of letting go, letting go of any sort of expectation, right? But you're being reminded to let go of expectations, with the hangman being here for you. Because when you let go of expectations, then you can be less affected by that which you know, expected. You know, you don't live in anticipation, right? Opposing energy, opposites, right? But at the same time, they are both going inward and having a spiritual lesson. This is pulling in the information. This is really calculating it and seeing what it means. You know, really going over something over and over and over again and being like, I have learned. I am wiser. You know, I am wiser because of those times that I was so vulnerable and I was, pushed, right? Because the hangman can be pushed around. See how vulnerable and how unsteady he is, right? It's like, I'm going to be here and I'm going to trust that no one is going to bother me, right? But the hermit is like, I feel a little more grounded. I'm not hanging, right? I'm here in my solitude by myself in this environment, but I have a foundation here. I have experience here. So there's like inexperience and then there is experience, right? And the hangman has to gain a little bit more experience. So it's different with two different energies here. So there's something that is like still kind of like in early stages, and then there's something that's in its last stages. Whatever that means to you, Scorpio. It's a 3 and it's a 9. So we're talking about multiplicity, right? And we're talking about, synchronicity, but we're talking about proficiency as well, right? For sure. So you've become proficient in something, and you're wiser because of that. There's a side of the situation that has been illuminated for you, or there is something that has been illuminated for you. The fog has cleared. You're spending a lot of time alone, right? And you are, doing a deep critical self-analysis and determining where you've come from, and where you are and where you want to go. You're trying to figure out what are the goals that you haven't achieved yet, and how can you go about imagining, achieving them, right? You're kind of like being very imaginative right now, using your creative mind. It's challenging you, right? These are both challenging in different ways, right? You have to think outside the box with both of these. And you have to really let your imagination start to take shape. Feed your imagination, for sure. 9 and 3 is 12 again, So, that is just going back to the hangman and the number 3. You have to create a serene environment for yourself, right? Ambience, right? Ambiance. Yeah, because it's those subtle nuances that actually are going to feed that spiritual side. There's the spiritual and then there's the practical. You've got to measure out how to channel both of them, how to feel both of them, how to tap into both of them. Okay? Let's look at the last one. And the last one is the last one, honey. So this is talking about a complete experience that's been had and perspective that's definitely been gained. And maybe there's a different perspective. Your mind has been changed. And there's something else to come out of this. There's clarity that's been gained. And, you're being rewarded for this clarity. Right? Because it's showing you how you have matured. You have gained a mature perspective. Okay? New beginnings are about to unfold for you. Thank you, Scorpio. Email providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com to get a reading with me. Follow me on Instagram and also subscribe to the YouTube channel.